Hey, good evening. So, tomorrow is going to be the launch for, um, well, not launch, but you'll be able to put in your pre orders for the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. And today, um, it was announced that Bethesda was acquired by Microsoft. And this is like big news. Doesn't matter where you game, you know this is big news, right? So, the the big takeaway that I have for it is that with Microsoft owning this, it kind of makes that narrative that Xbox got no games goes away. And now that this has happened, people are like, hmm, am I going to be able to play these beloved Bethesda games on my PlayStation 5 that I got my pre order for? And do I now have to go get an Xbox? And to me, if you're like in the camp that I need to have a PlayStation 5 and that's all I want to play on, that's where Game Pass comes in for you, right? Because on the Game Pass, you get to have the games day one, and Bethesda will be included in that when they release, and you can do that on your PC, and you can do that on mobile devices like tablets and phones, provided that your tablet or your phone has the power to handle it. Um, I can say from being a Game Pass subscriber myself that, and I have the Ultimate, so I play on my computer because there's a different set of games on there as well. I also play that, of course, on my Xbox One that I have right now, the Xbox One X. And I've tried it on my phone, and depending on the game, it can work really well or it can be kind of sluggish. So, um, with that, that's a your mileage may vary type of situation. But it's also like it just came out, so it's still new in that process, and hopefully it gets better, and it should get better over time. And Microsoft just invested $7.5 billion in making sure that the next generation of gaming is going to be as stellar as it can be if you're on the Xbox platform. And that's with or without buying a console. Now, for me and my wife, we're going to be going on board with trying to get an Xbox Series X. That's an X tomorrow because we do like the idea of being able to not only get digital games but also being able to buy and physically own the games because you have the option with the optical drive to go ahead and purchase your games not just from Microsoft directly, right? You can go to other places, buy used games, get games on sale, and it's just there's more options to go ahead and save money as a gamer, and the hobby is expensive. The other thing that we're going to try to do is the all access option, because then there's no money up front. Sure, you're locked in for 24 months, but at the end of the 24 months, we actually end up saving overall like $60. So that's a cost of a game. And one thing that we don't know yet is with the Xbox Series platform, if like first party titles that they consider AAA or now they have quadruple A, if they're going to stay at the price point that we currently have, which is basically $60 for a new game, or if it's going to go up to the $70 level like Sony is leading along with some other third party companies. I believe Activision and 2K are heading in that direction, testing the waters to see if they still are able to make that money. And I've heard the argument online, hey, it's time for these games to go up to $70. And they're saying that the developers are going to benefit from this. And to that, I say, no, not really. This is to benefit um, the publishers. The publishers are going to get this extra money, and that helps out investors. And investors like to make more money. That's the whole point of them putting money in. So developers aren't going to really see an uptick in their pay, or it'll make it so that there's more money available, yes, but that's for profit, and that's all that's for, is for profit. It's not. It's the best way I can explain it is like indie developers, right? They're usually considered a budget title. They don't hit that price point currently at like $60 for most. If they're lucky enough to find a publisher, the publisher is going to take their money off of what's being made, because they want to get paid for putting the game out there and marketing and what have you, right? So when the developer, if their game does well, starts to get their return, they have to reinvest that in themselves to go ahead and build up themselves to be able to make more games, right? And then hopefully, if they did well, the publisher will possibly publish the next game that they're working on. For the most part, like Activision and EA and some of these other companies, and even Sony, they do well enough, they sell well enough, they have another option. That's where the microtransactions, or as I like to call them, macro transactions, have come into play. And that's what that was for, is to go ahead and make up the increasing costs of games. Now they're going to have both. And I don't believe that that's going to be something that will truly benefit developers. I just don't see it going there, because the whole point of being in business is to make money, to make profit, to make shareholders happy. And that's what I think that's going to be going on with that. And a lot of people are also looking at this, this change that was done here to acquire Bethesda. What is the benefit of this for Microsoft? They have to go ahead and keep all those games on every platform, right? $7.5 billion. How are they going to make that back? They paid, over $2 billion to acquire Minecraft, and they had to keep that on all the other platforms, right, in order to make money. No, they did that because it was goodwill, and they already had those games on other platforms. And to make it exclusive would have been to remove them from Nintendo, which they had it on the 3DS and also the Nintendo Switch, and from the PlayStation 4. They're already on there. It would not have made any sense to remove a game that's already on the platform, right? And of course, it's on PC already, but that's Windows PC is Microsoft. They own that operating system, so it didn't make sense to remove it from there either, right? So with this acquisition with Bethesda, it's going to be what they're currently under contract for like PlayStation. That'll continue on the timed exclusives for like Deathloop and Tokyo Wire, I believe it's called, the horror game. That will also be included on there. And the whole thing with Bethesda doesn't really get locked down and started until 2021. So from that point on, that's where you have games like Starfield, which didn't have anything set for release as far as what platforms it's going to be on. And then you have Elder Scrolls 6. Those are the two big ones that I think will be locked to the Xbox platform as exclusives. It makes sense for Microsoft to go ahead and keep it that way, even though a lot of people are going to say, whoa, PlayStation 4 had like a large install base, and you're going to be cutting off a lot of money if you don't put it on there, because that's where they play. Well, the whole point of the exclusives, right, are to go ahead and attract people to your platform. Now, when I say exclusive, it may be like a time exclusive, and for people that have Game Pass, they get it day one. So imagine, you're on another platform or you just don't want to get Game Pass for some reason. Now you're waiting possibly a year if it comes to you at all on the platform that you want to game on. That could be a real scenario that people are going to have to, figure out. So those games are a long ways off, and at that time when they do release, perhaps there'll be a new version of these consoles that'll be out, and then maybe that's when you jump on board because then the games you want are released, and you may have new hardware available that has more space, like on the SSD, and the SSDs that they have on both the PS5 and on the Series X and even the Series S is not anywhere near where I would like it. Mainly because you need to use those drives in order to go ahead and run your games. But I'm getting off topic there, but uh, I'm looking forward to seeing where things go here. It's big news, and I'd like to know what the rest of you are thinking about this. Is this something that you're excited about? You'd like to see, things get shaken up and there's a change in the industry. Maybe this will, get Sony to, pendulum over and do something even more towards, more customer friendly. That they're seeing, hey, maybe we need to actually do something now because before it's kind of like, we're on top. We don't have to do much. You know, we already are winning. We've already got the next generation in the bag because of our exclusives that we don't put on other platforms except for PC, little by little, not on day one, as they're saying. But I think this is going to be something that benefits gamers all around in the sense that it could motivate more competition. And when there's more competition between both platforms, they make things like this happen. All right. Well, I'll try to make more of these videos. I don't know what that sound was. Just to get my opinion out there, start some conversation, and please comment, below down in the comment section, and I like to respond to those when I see them. And if you like what I had to say, or you think other people should see this, feel free to share my video and subscribe if you are enjoying it. I do have some gameplay videos, and I'll continue to do that. And all right, I'll see you next time. Ominous Prime is out.